you would. But we're going to be right back on the Michael Titus Show, continuing on with that weekend that made wrestling history. This is the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com.
Go Mile High. You're listening to GoMileHigh.com.
Pack your bags. A broadcasting school is looking for you to study in the USA. The Ohio Center for Broadcasting's Colorado campus is now accepting students from all over the world for its international training program in radio and TV. For more information, Skype us at BeOnAirUSA or visit beonair.com/USA. You can take classes in English or Spanish. In addition to getting hands-on experience in radio and TV, you will also get to enjoy an active lifestyle in beautiful and sunny Colorado. Our campus is located just an hour away from the mountains and within minutes from downtown Denver and footsteps to Belmar Shopping Center, complete with diverse dining, shopping, and entertainment options. For more information, Skype us at BeOnAirUSA or visit beonair.com/USA. Be on air and be in the USA.
Go Mile High. GoMileHigh.com.
This is the best independent wrestler in the state of Colorado, the Superstar, and you're listening to the Michael Titus Show on GoMileHigh.com.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Michael Titus Show right here on GoMileHigh.com. I am manager extraordinaire with my very special guest, the countercultural superhero Trajan Ender. And before the break, I was talking about NRW, but now it's time to move on to Saturday night. Saturday, January 21st, UWA. A lot of exciting things happened in that particular night. Not only was I announced as the new owner of UWA, but Prodigy couldn't get the job done defeating Fallout, so Fallout is still the UWA champion. And
you now own 2 promotions in Colorado?
I do.
Titus Enterprises is taking over.
People don't realize how important. I've been saying this for the last 2 years, and people didn't believe me, but now they're starting to believe me.
At the exact same time.
Absolutely. There was a lucha match that night as well. Bego Estrada versus Delta Jr. Delta Jr. was just that much better than him. And, of course, Brian Von Dusen. I guess I understand with Brian Von Dusen, since the end of last year, for months now, he's been talking about how from here on out, all he's going to have is I quit matches. I don't know what his obsession, I don't know understanding. I'm just new to UWA, so I really don't know the backstory on all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But he took on Ortega. But Ortega, somehow there was some medical condition, he hurt his neck or something on that DDT on the chair, so there was something there. So Brian Von Dusen was victorious once again. And then Danger Dean and Hoodlum went up against Patrick McDaniel and Aaron the Candyman. When you got, there's not a cohesive unit.
It sounds good on paper. The talent sounds good on paper, but how did the match look?
Well, how the match was is that there was not a cohesive unit between Danger Dean and Hoodlum. They've never worked together. They don't know how, they can't mesh their styles together. But Aaron the Candyman, the reason he is an international superstar is he can mesh with anyone. And that's why he meshed with that Irish sensation Patrick McDaniel from Killarney, Ireland. And so they were victorious in their match. And then Superstar went up against Wayne. And I, again, like that motivation that I gave him, people don't believe me. Not only am I a self-help guru, but I'm a motivational speaker. And I don't motivate monsters, I motivate wrestlers. And I went out there Friday night and I motivated Wayne, and that's what helped him to become victorious Saturday night against the Superstar. But then, whoever allowed him to come out there, I'll never know. That affirmative action reject, that Swan Christopher, comes out onto my show, gets in front of the ring, in the middle of the ring, and calls out all the fans and said how he's so glad he's there, that you should come see New Revolution Wrestling. I didn't know we were cross-promoting.
I don't think you were.
I don't know.
You would know.
I would know, and no one ever told me. The board of directors of UWA didn't tell me we were cross-promoting, and he goes out there and says that he's going to he's out there to talk to people about how if you like this show, come see our show. And I'm like, who do you think you are? You coming out there? And I'm telling him, I said, you have no business being out here. And I've told you before, you have no business sense. You have no clue of what you're doing, how to run a wrestling show. And as far as I'm concerned, it's only a matter of time before I take NRW into my possession as well.
He's an actor.
He is an actor. I told you he was a street mime. The man couldn't find his way out of a box, an imaginary box, for goodness sakes. And he goes out there thinking that he can run a wrestling show. It's unbelievable. So, well then, who comes out? Mercury Matt Yaden, he comes out to say, well, I won the #1 contendership back in June, so can I have my match tonight? I said, I don't know anything about that. And if you want a match, you're going to have to start from the bottom like the rest of the idiots around here. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take on Chris Von Lore. Swan Christopher, I knew he cheated. There could be no possible way that Yaden could win that match. Mercury Matt Yaden is not that good of a wrestler. He's not in that great of a shape. Everybody knows that your stomach doesn't go past your chest. It's the other way around. But the guy thinks that he's in phenomenal condition. Please, give me a break. It's just the hair and the face and the underbite.
It's the product.
That's the thing, But please. So that unbelievable night of action. But I've got a lot of big things in store for UWA. We've got a lot of connections we're making. We did commentary that was recorded that is being done for ColoradoSports.tv, an organization that's going around showcasing local talent, local organizations in Colorado. They do ABA basketball. Now they're going to start doing wrestling. It's unbelievable. But then Sunday night, Primo's Hardcore and Wrestling, the big night. There was like 8 matches. I only got like 6 or 7 of them down. I couldn't even remember all of them. There was a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess Richie Boy Enterprises, they may still own Primo's Hardcore and Wrestling, but Richie Boy is no longer the commissioner now.
All right.
The board of directors, I guess, have labeled that the fans are now the commissioner. But to control and filter the fans, they need a general manager. And they picked the other GM, Games Master, as the general manager. I know, is it unbelievable?
Perfect. That man is a staple in Colorado wrestling.
He thinks he is. He's a legend in his own mind, that's for sure.
Right.
But there was a 303 title match. Again, that stipulation, Shredder Khan, if he lost his match, he would have to retire. I guess under controversial means. He didn't lose that match, and Bruce Rogers is still the 303 champion. I don't know. It was so unbelievable and such a cluster, I couldn't even understand myself. The commentators I'm with, they're too worried about eating their Mike and Ikes than to pay attention to the actual wrestling in the ring. I mean, Larry Nabisco and J.D. Wilson, please. Those guys spend more time picking their nose than actually calling the action. And then Joey Terrifying and Cemetery Baby, they took on Shake It. I guess not the ACW version, the Primo's version of Shake It, Jack Masidal and Josh FX Evans. And do you remember who won that match? I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention.
I do believe that Joey and Cemetery Baby came out on top.
Of course. The Juggalos were rooting for him all the way. That's how they won it.
Yeah, my team Shake It, my American Trash brethren.
Yes.
They partied a little hardy that night, and I think it seeped into the morning and the afternoon, and then they just started again on Sunday night. So it's kind of to be expected.
It's become more of a job for them than an actual, hobby or pastime. So I mean, you got to watch out for that. That's why you find career alcoholics out there. But and then the Redneck World Order, Cobra and Stumpy Trailer.
Who's Stumpy Trailer?
Stumpy Trailer. I don't know. He's some young punk kid. Very skinny. Got one eye looking at you, the other one looking at a fly. But how did
I miss this?
Well, the one who's missing from the night was Dooley Trailer.
Oh, I missed Dooley on my last night.
I can't believe it. You missed Dooley, and
I'm gonna have to come back next month.
The man who doesn't know how to complete a sentence without cussing. It's unbelievable. That's horrible.
Or putting himself over.
We have to be shameless self-promoters. If we aren't, no one else will.
You're absolutely right.
But they took on Candyman, Aaron the Candyman, and Robert Romero. Again, you got to watch out for those rednecks. They will cheat. They will use pitchforks. They will use anything on the farm and anything that their redneck little heart desires. Broken beer bottles, and they defeated Candyman and Romero.
Oh, really?
And what's really disgusting, what's absolutely the most disgusting and heinous thing I've ever seen in wrestling history, a drag performance by Alexis Vane performing, what was it? If I Could Turn Back Time by Cher.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen such a midget, fat, ugly version of Cher in my entire life. And she goes out there singing if she could turn back time. I don't know what she was wanting. Maybe when she was younger and wasn't so ugly. I don't know. But you're going to have to get some time capsules and some sort of hourglass because it wasn't working for her. She looks like an hourglass. All the sand settled in the middle.
Oh.
And before that was the precursor to the Lumberjack and Jill match where it was Johnny Crash, the softcore champion, versus Brokeback Billy.